Testing, testing, testing. All right, we will get started. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to see everyone in this room. We have a lot of things going on this morning. I'm glad to see everyone's faces. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get right into everything. We've got a jam-packed agenda. So, Ken, you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and our invitation, please?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this new day, and we thank you for all of the many blessings that you've given all of us. We thank you for this great country of ours, and ask that you help us keep it safe. We thank you for Rotary, and ask that you help us keep Rotary growing all over this world. We thank you again for everything you have done for us. We ask it in your name.
Amen. We'll go ahead and do our four-way test. First, is it true? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? You may be seated. Thank you. Are you hearing everything over there in Kentucky?
I am. Thank you very much. Enjoy. I know that.
All right, we'll get you on soon. We'll get right on through this. All right, teams, a quick minute. This is what we have going on our calendar for the month. Our meeting today, Spruce's update next week, club meeting after that, Rotary Day in the park as far as our social, and then our last meeting, which our newest member will be presenting on related to what's going on at United Methodist Youth Club. All right, so got that on the calendar. If you have any questions, let me know. You should also have received an email this morning as far as what we have going on this month. If you have not, come see me or call me or text me. I am delighted to have this opportunity to sponsor our newest member. Laura Brown is a fantastic person, first and foremost. I gotta say that. I have known her throughout the years. I actually knew her initially through Toastmasters, because her dad had been a Toastmasters for a good amount. He was a seasoned Toastmaster. He had been a Toastmaster for almost 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
So he was my mentor, still is, I can call him, and so throughout the years, he's, touched a lot of people, and I actually had his daughter, Laura, involved in Toastmasters as well. So through our time, she has been a really good support, really tried me to think outside the box, and so, I asked her to be a member. She was like, yeah, I think thought it would be a great opportunity for growth and connections, and we are definitely grateful to have her as a member. So with that being said, since our district governor is here this morning, I asked for him to conduct her membership induction as a unique opportunity for us, because we don't get to see our district governor a lot, right? He's visiting us today, so what better way to celebrate by having him conduct her new member induction? So, Dr. District Governor Lance, I will let you go ahead and take the perfect podium.
And Laura, if you'd like to go ahead and come up and stand right by here. Well, again, it's always a privilege to be able to take part of this. Always enjoy the opportunity to meet new members. So Laura Brown, you have been chosen for membership in the Evansville Morning Rotary Club because your fellow members believe that you are a leader in your vocation, and because you manifest those qualities of head and heart which fit and interpret and impart the message of Rotary to whom those who will come in contact. You are a representative of your vocation in this club, and any contribution of educational value pertaining to that vocation must naturally come to us through you. On the other hand, you become an ambassador from us to your vocation, and it becomes your duty to carry the ideals and principles of service. believe our principles and our organization is being in your safety. Everyone shall rise. Laura Brown. It is now my distinct pleasure as District Governor of District 6580 and in the name of the Evansville Morning Rotary Club that I formally admit you to membership of this club and ask your sponsor to affix your yearbook of our emblem.
I never get it. Never ever. All right. You think I would like being in the military? You know, you have like on the pen, just have them ready.
Don't go for it.
Let's go right here. Andrew, you want to get a closer shot? People on social media. Here's your folder. Alright, and then,
Fellow Rotarians, I commend to you our newest member, Rotarian Laura Brown, who has been loaned the title of club member, and request all of you to welcome her to your club.
here, you wanna give a, let's do a together shot on that, please.
That's wrong.
You know, I'm here if you have any questions or anything.
Yes.
Alright. Fantastic. A lot of things we're taking care of, new members. You know, members of the lifeblood of the organization. So, welcome, Laura. Please, everybody, when you get home, you know, check in with her and get to know her and help her along her rotary journey. So, all right. Our first speaker, Art Nearhoof. Did I get that right, Art? Awesome. Our first speaker, I'm going to put you up a little bit for the table because I have to put you down because I have to get some feedback. Our first speaker is going to talk about a very unique fundraiser. Now, I don't know if anybody recall, there was a few months back where I had talked about the Queen of Hearts and what it was, and I'm sure I didn't give a good depiction of it, so I figured I'd get it from the horse's mouth. So Art, who is a Rotarian from the Rotary Club of Lawrenceburg, which has a population of 10,000 people, right? Am I right on those demographics, Art?
Very, very close. About 15,000 in the county. Total people.
So you have a kind of a picture as far as their demographics, right? Their numbers. And so, you know, I have been following this fundraiser, and I have been reaching out to them on their Facebook page. And so I figured it would be a special treat for us to kind of see more about what's entailed in this fundraiser, and possibly look at doing it as our own, because we're a better way to raise money, you know, for all the community service projects and scholarships and stuff that we do, and obviously also promote Rotary. So Art, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take the stage real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and get your video up.
Good evening, everybody. Sean.
I got you covered. I'm keeping time.
Alright, you put that first video up, I appreciate it. Let's see one of our drawings. This is one of our drawings. Okay, and the excitement of the people around us.
All right, here it goes.
From the Rotary Club in Lawrenceburg, we're here at the Queen of Hearts, and the drawing is going to happen in just a few minutes, and it's nearly $300,000. And I'm going to turn the video around here, back there. And here's the board for tonight's drawing. We will have the drawing in just a few minutes. John Reynolds. I don't know what else you could say. What an exciting night at Wild Turkey's race. The Queen of Heart was drawn. Tracy Ison won. We will start a new board next week. So thanks everybody for playing and have a great evening.
All right, Art.
November or August of 2016, we had 8 members
Yeah.
All right. We talked about the Rotary Club of Lawrenceburg. We talked to people, and the next thing you know, finally, that was our big drawing, and that drawing was for $296,000. The winner got 65% before taxes. Federal government makes us take 124% out of federal taxes. That winner on Thursday got a
Hey, Art, you got a few more minutes, so I'm gonna get you to the next slide.
Good. So these things that we've done, as you can see, these were our first game and then our big game. And the current game was right after that, the jackpot. Okay. So it just lets you know what kind of money, okay, this thing can make. I just, like I said, from my end, I'm gonna open it up to quick questions. I know we really didn't have time to go through a lot of it, but it's just, don't put that up there. It's funny, isn't it? Okay, but anyway, what quick questions can you ask that I can answer?
Questions? He's asking. No questions?
Nothing he can answer quickly.
What comments do you have? Do you have any? Anybody? No?
I will tell you that two of us were the main people on this. One was my agent with the golf course restaurant. And that's the only place where tickets are sold. And they sell them 7 days a week. We come in at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, take over the ticket sales, and we run the drawing at 7 o'clock sharp. Okay? And we usually have, we need 3 people to do the actual drawing. The big sell the tickets the last week before that big jackpot, we sold $42,000 worth of tickets that last week. And at $42,000, 35%, $14,700 for the club. And they did the majority of the tickets. Other than that.
How much goes back to the facility there? You said it was a golf course, restaurant?
Good question, okay? None of that they pay for the boards on their books.
Wow.
You know why? Because you couldn't get in there. The lady that went, she was not there. She went to a different restaurant. She came in at 5 o'clock and bought her tickets. She only left the day before. They asked to order food. You know what they told them? It'll be 7:30 before you get your meal. There's that many people that come out to this place. The people parking at the golf course, they had to run them on the block off. They were parking on the first tee box. They had to put them across and ask the farmer that had a big front yard, and they had a guy out there with a green jacket on motioning parking to the other side. So the venue said to us, do it on Tuesday. I really thought Thursday would be good night. The venue said, and they said, we know you're going to bring people to buy food and drink at our restaurant bar. They know it. And that's exactly what it was. And I showed you that 1 minute, gotcha. I showed you that, okay, video because I wanted you to see how many people were there. And every week this goes on, we get to talk to them about the things that we're doing as a Rotary Club. I grab the microphone by 5:30 to start giving it up. Okay? And I'm not the only one. There's 3 of us that are handling the microphones, guys. All right? Any other questions? I know we all run out of time quickly, and I understand that. You're more than welcome to be able to email me, call me personally, whatever, Chad. Put down your questions. Okay? Write it down, let me know. Okay? If it's something that you really want to do. Okay?
Awesome, Marlon. We want to thank you for your time and your expertise, and I'll be linking up with you so I can go ahead and get you that card of acknowledgement. So thank you once again, and let's go ahead and give him a round of applause for his talk.
See you later.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right. So the purpose of that discussion, gentlemen and ladies, we had a discussion about fundraising last Rotary year when Bruce was ended his time. And we weren't really sure as far as how we were going to be able to do that in order to be, give more for impact projects. So I thought this initiative would be probably advantageous to us. I mean, you don't need a lot, all you need is 6 people to run it. And if it grows, it gives us automatic public exposure as well. And as well as talking about Rotary and things we're doing in the community and also in the world. So we'll have a follow-up discussion on that. I want to go ahead and get to our next part of our presentation. I'm going to give the meeting to our District Governor Lance. I had your introduction. Put it back there. Lance, I had it printed out and all over it.
No problem. No problem. We can give a brief update.
All right there. I have printed and everything, but you know, that drag and stuff, that's the stuff you see, this text stuff is my side to drag it in and get everything up. Here we go. All right. Lance serves as the leader of 33 clubs and over 1,500 members Southern Indiana District. That includes 3 clubs in Bloomington and others as far away as Evansville, right here, Columbus, Greenwood, Franklin, and Terre Haute, and New Albany. The district also has 20 Interact clubs for high schools and middle school students, and 2 Rotary clubs for professionals 18 to 30-ish, including IU Bloomington. Eberle is the 14th governor from a Bloomington club in the 100-year-old district, and has succeeded Kirk Boucher, right? That's the Vincennes Rotary. Recent governors from the Bloomington clubs are Jessica Hayne from Sunrise, Jim Bright, Judy Went, and Randy Bridges. Born and raised in Bloomington, Eberle joined Bloomington Rotary in 2002. He has served on the board of directors and mostly the membership committee. He was club president from 2013 to 2014 and club treasurer for 6 years. Hey, Andrew, 6 years. Wow. At the district level, Eberle has served as assistant governor from 14 to 17, and he currently serves as membership co-chair. You share that with
Tell the chair, yes.
Is a graduate of the Rotary Leadership Institute. Outside of Rotary, Eberle has been very active in youth programs, serving on the board of directors for the Boys and Girls Club of Bloomington for more than 20 years, including a term as board president, and has also served at the state level. Also, he is involved in the clubs on the board for the Indiana Alliance of Boys and Girls Clubs. Eberle received his Bachelor of Science in Industrial Management from Purdue University and his MBA from Butler University. He has been a partner with First Insurance Bank for over 16 years. Eberle is a certified risk manager and certified insurance counselor who works with small and medium-sized businesses to assist them identify and minimize their risk exposures. He lives in Bloomington with his wife Stephanie and his two sons. He enjoys water sports, including skiing and sculling. All right. Well, it's my pleasure to do an introduction. District Governor Eberle, the floor is yours.
All right, thanks, Chad. That's never too far. Andrew, if I could ask your assistance. Sure. Trying to kind of keep track of my visits here and to kind of highlight some of the clubs and things of that nature of what they're doing. So I like to do a kind of a short 40-second video that we kind of post on social media. And so if all of you, if you haven't liked the Facebook and the district down that has an Instagram account, please do so. We'll probably be posting those videos on there. So just real quick, and we'll do a quick update on some of the projects that you're working on. It's there. If you just press play, if you're ready, let me know when you're ready.
I like the Lance.
All right. You ready? Good morning, Rotarians. C.G. Lance here as part of the Imagine Rotary Tour 22-23. Just happy to be down at the Evansville Morning Rotary Club, meeting with the club and President Chaz here. Chaz, I know you guys have been real active over the last months and coming up. You had blood drive, and I know you got to spruce up the park. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, District Governor Eberle, we wanted to kind of have some varied projects, right? So one of the main things is, I want to know about our Rotary Action Groups.
Yeah.
Blood donation is a huge need, and so that was really inspiration for our blood drive that we had last month as our service project. And with that, we saved 117 lives.
Oh, wow.
With this upcoming one that we have this month, September, we're going to kind of more focus on our area of focus for protecting the environment, sprucing up the corner for which we dedicated our past District Governor, Oscar, who was a member of our club,
Fantastic. As you can see, just real busy down here in Evansville. Rotary people of action making a difference in their communities. Again, DG Land's here this morning as part of the Mansion Rotary Tour 22-23. And thank you again for being a part of this. Thanks, Jazz. Appreciate that. You good? Appreciate it. Yeah, so we'll be kind of posting that. I like to keep track of a little bit of everything that we're doing in the communities and some of the great work. And I know you guys have been doing a great job of kind of keeping that up to date and everything as well. And then one other thing, Chaz, I wanted to kind of donate to you. You know, anytime you take a position in Rotary, you also have to have the Rotary official socks. We have
That's your fault. Something's going on today.
So they're cool in the summer, warm in the winter. They do very well there. So again, thank you for your leadership and such a good club there. Well, again, thank you for the invitation. To come speak to you this morning. I think this is really the best part of the district governor job, I guess, so to speak. We spend a lot of time on training and some preparation, but it's really when you get out, kind of on the road and get that opportunity to visit the clubs and really see all the great work that's being done that really brings it all full circle for you. As Chaz mentioned, my name is Lance Eberle. Come out of the Rotary Tuesday Bloomington Rotary Club. We've got 3 in Bloomington as well. Been a Rotarian for over 20 years. I'm a professional life. I am, as mentioned, kind of an insurance counselor and certified risk manager with an agency in Bloomington. And married to 2 young ones at home, 4 and 10. So we were joking around. Did I drive down this morning? I said, heck no. I drove down last night because I got to sleep. Yesterday, so that worked out pretty well. But real quickly, as we noted, the Rotary scene this year is really Imagine Rotary, and couldn't really imagine a more timely thing that we have right now, especially as we are starting to come out of the pandemic and kind of beginning anew and trying to figure out what the new normal is. You think about it, how many times in life do you get an opportunity to basically have a total reset? And that's really kind of what we're looking at in Rotary and how we can take advantage of these changes, and to grow and to change our communities and our clubs that way. But obviously, the pandemic has, put a new renewed focus on, individual and, community health and taking care of our neighbors. I think we've all been impacted in one form or fashion or another through the pandemic, or know people that have been pretty, hard, impacted pretty hard by it. And, Rotarians, this is something that we know, all too well, as we've been trying to eradicate global polio, over our history. Our polio eradication efforts, do go back to September of 1979, when Rotarians got involved in, the first administration of the oral vaccine to children in the Philippines. And certainly we've made, steadfast to that ever since. And, you look at the impact that we've been able to have, on that front. But, again, for those of you that maybe run marathons or know people that run marathons, and I'll always tell you that the last mile is always the toughest. And certainly with polio, we're facing that as Rotarians as well. As when I started my speeches this year, basically there was only about 2 active cases in the world, and we've had a little uptick last month where we had 11 cases pop up in Pakistan, and then of course we had 1 case here in the United States. So it just goes to show you that you can never let your guard down, and you have to, be very vigilant and get across the finish line. So I'll be kind of reaching out to the clubs in October. October 24th is World Polio Day. It'd be great if you could kind of embody a project around that to kind of raise awareness for polio. I know there's some ideas out there on heights for polio, and I had the purple donuts for represent purple pinky, for that, things of that nature. But great way to really get out there and, continue to raise awareness. Unfortunately, we're only applying right away, as we found out in the New York case, to eliminating this disease. So, and just imagine, the impact that will have, what we can say as Rotarians, what's our job is done. And not only did we rid the world of this terrible disease, but, the infrastructure partnerships and the collaborations that we performed along the way and how they're going to continue to be used, to address, future health concerns. And, we're seeing that today. With COVID-19, much of the education, vaccination efforts that are going on in the world are actually making use of that same infrastructure that we already had in place. So that is quite a legacy to leave. But as we just, in the care and of the world, let's not forget about the great work that we do in our own communities. The district grant program, of the Rotary Foundation last year, we were able to get some money back to communities to do various projects. And they did things like provide resources to students, experiencing emotional and social challenges. They introduce children and their parents to local cultures. They provide library and art therapy to youth that were recovering from trafficking, abuse, and addiction. And that one really shocked me that, we're dealing with human trafficking issues here in Southern Indiana. They provided safe center programs for siblings, and they provided online books for first graders in Title I schools, to name a few. And all that took place during the pandemic, when we really were still having trouble maybe getting together and stuff. So think about the great work that we can do going forward. And that's really why this year I'm kind of reaching out to clubs and just kind of imagine the impact that we could have through a Rotary Foundation if we all kind of help contribute and be our best. And basically over the past 10 years, the best we've done as a district. Fortunately, Kurt beat it last year, so I had to kind of raise the goal. It was 128. I think it's going to be just north of $130 this year. But if each one of our Rotarians could contribute about $135 to the Rotary Foundation, just think about the impact that can make over the course of a year. And put that in perspective. That's basically a cup of coffee a week, or less than a cup of coffee a week. In the case of Starbucks, it's probably less than a shot of coffee a week.
So they got a whole tank of gas.
Yeah, about a half a gallon of gas, when you talk about that. But, just the impact we have, what we call, is kind of what I call beat our best, whatever that is for the individuals. And I know Jessica Hayne, as many of you know, past district governors, helped them kind of lead those efforts as well. But, our foundation is to fuel, our members, are definitely the engine. And so happy to have you as part of this organization today. But I think it may be surprising that, to some, that, Rotary really doesn't have attraction, what I call an attraction problem. We don't have a lot of difficulties in getting new members. When you look at our history, and this goes back, the reason I say 1.4 million members this year is the Rotary Act is now considered part of Rotary. But if you go back to historical numbers, which was about 1.2, in a given year, we would probably, bring in about 160,000 new members. That's not bad for an organization when you look at the numbers and percent. But unfortunately, we lost 170,000 members during that same time. And our district's no different. Our district, over the last 5 years that we have the data, we lost 1,100 members. And our district overall is only about 1,500 members in total. So it kind of puts it in perspective, that Rotary doesn't really have an attraction problem with bringing people in, but an engagement problem, and engaging members is the key. So engaging members is crucial to retaining members. And as Rotarians, we're just going to need to adapt and retool when it comes to membership. And it's great to see some of the things that I know your club's doing to do that, the socials, and getting out and having this fun together, just things outside the normal traditional meetings that can go a long way. And I think back to kind of my home community of Bloomington growing up, and you think about societal change that we've gone through over the years. Well, my Bloomington actually had a pretty, in Bloomington had a pretty sizable industrial base. When I was a kid, we had, factories such as, General Electric, RCA, Westinghouse, Otis Elevator, to name a few. If you think back, actually, the first color television set that went through the production line went through in Bloomington, Indiana. If I look back today, none of those factories are there. They're all gone. So as a community, we had to adapt and retool. And now we have companies such as Cook Incorporated, Catalyst, Austin Scientific, and Baxter, to name a few. And so while we may not be manufacturing color TVs anymore, for those of you that got the Moderna or the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for COVID-19, chances are it's going to be going to at some point in time during this production.
Yeah, Bill Cook started it in his spare bedroom.
Bedroom in the bathroom tub,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
And he lived in that house the whole
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Amazing story there.
In the fifties, Senator Capehart had Capehart television, and they were out there.
Yeah, they, so, it's quite a change, and you can see how it adapts and such, and because people like Cook, we've been able to retrain, retool, and our communities just continue to grow,
Of course,
so.
that Bobby Knight.
He's back in Bloomington.
I know,
Yeah,
I
he-
know.
Old by my dad, actually. And have the fire that he once did.
Bless his heart.
Yeah.
He's getting up there.
We're getting up there. But I think, as Ms. really mentioned, as reflected by the numbers, the traditional way, of doing things, it's not working. It's kind of the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, and expecting a different result. So really finding the right part to engage each member should be our core function, and then keep it going on membership. And it's great to see that you guys are doing that. I know we talked about, my membership chair background, and Brian Haynes kind of taking over that here. He's more than willing to help come down and help facilitate discussions around that, to think of different ideas that you can do, to help engage your membership in that way, so don't be afraid to reach out to him. But really in that light too, I do kind of want to ask, kind of following questions. I know in situations, have you ever kind of walked into a room that you felt uncomfortable
All the time.
all the time?
Just kidding.
Yeah. Have you ever kind of maybe been a part of an organization or a board where you kind of felt didn't feel valued? It's like all of a sudden you're looking at, I got that darn board meeting today, why I have to go another one type thing. Have you ever looked at your Rotary Club through the eyes of a Rotarian? And how would they look at it, and what would they say, or what would their company was doing? So, this is certainly, going to be a little bit of a controversial, because I know the political environment, but diversity, equity, inclusion is something that Rotary is looking at. And as we can see Rotary's vision statement says, together we see a world where people unite, take action to create lasting change across communities, in our communities, in ourselves. And so it's basically, we see a world where people unite. So in order to accomplish this, we do need to be, in order to be a diverse, equitable, inclusive organization, to be representative of the communities that we serve. As districts and clubs, we have to be committed to creating, supportive environments that foster open communication and shared learning. And we know that it's not an easy task, as the Rotary experience is different from the public cause, and our structures, histories, and politics are relevant to part of that conversation. Many of those conversations will be difficult, but however, we must recognize that being a diverse, equitable, inclusive organization will enhance the experience that a member has in the Rotary, allows us to carry out more meaningful service efforts, and create a more welcoming environment that appeal to all people that have a service on. And in that, what Rotary is, we want to serve, we want to make the world better. I'll tell you quickly my experience when I came into Rotary, and I mean, certainly it's nothing unique. I had a good life. I've been blessed with many things kind of growing up and such. But when I entered the Rotary, I was, 30 years old. And it's kind of one of those things my boss at the time said, come with me, you're okay, sounds good. But what did I walk into? My Rotary Club of Bloomington at the time. At that time, we were about 130 members. The average age was 64. I was 30. Like, okay, they were talking grandkids. I haven't even gotten married or had kids yet. Like, yeah, what about that game last night? Let's talk about that. At that time, basically they didn't have the attendance requirement. And if you miss a couple meetings, you got the nasty grant, you missed so many meetings, you don't show up, we're gonna kick you out. But also we had basically our dues were part of our meals, so we had a great fundraiser. You paid for your meals whether you ate or not. So certainly as a young professional, our money's a little bit tight to that, and in fact, it's what we got. But so there was obstacles coming in, and certainly on that nature. But fortunately for me, I had people that kind of looked out. I had a boss that said, yeah, you're going to be a Rotarian. So he allowed me to miss an hour and a half of work every Tuesday. He helped support me on some of the membership dues and such. I had people that weren't part of the organization that said, oh, at the time I was in banking, your banker, you could be our treasurer. So this is kind of how it happened. But you know, the nice thing I liked about that is talk about feeling valued. You know, when you sign the checks, you do feel valued. They do listen to your opinion. So that worked out real well.
We do.
And then I, you know, basically have a lot of listeners, you know, along the way that brought me up, and that's kind of why I'm here today. But you know, what if I didn't have that? And I just walked into the Rotary Club and such. So I think it's really great to hear what you guys are doing, kind of mixing it up a little bit, getting out there, getting service, you know, efforts is really part of your overall programming. That's really where the money, you know, rubber meets the road. So really glad to hear that. So it's really kind of ties back to, you can see, you know, Jennifer Jones, the current RI president, when she speaks about comfort, care and comfort of our members. You know, when we want all our, you know, members to feel welcome, engaged, and valued for their contributions, and feel like they're making meaningful contributions. In return, we get a more engaged member and grow our membership and do a heck of a lot more in the community. So a lot of it, what we're seeing, especially coming out of the pandemic, is engagement. And certainly diversity, equity, inclusion is a big part of that. And it's not what you see on TV. But I stated by kind of the poet Maya Angelou, she kind of stated that, you know, I've learned that people will forget about what you said. People will forget about what you did. But people will never forget about how you did it too. And then that with diversity, equity, inclusion really is, again, just making people feel welcome, comfortable, feel like they're valued and part of something. And so certainly I know Sue Wright is kind of the district is, you know, open to helping with start those conversations and just kind of looking at ways that, you know, we can kind of reach out. It's really about meeting our members at where they're at in their lives and trying to remove barriers. And if you know people in your communities that really have the service heart and are doing a lot of great work, is asking the question, well, why aren't they part of Rotary? And you know, what can we do to help make Rotary more appealing to them when we do that? So really certainly appreciate the opportunity to speak with you this morning. You know, just kind of share some of my thoughts. Certainly as I'm here to serve you. So call me at any time if there's anything I can do to be of assistance. And certainly very appreciative of the honest and bestowed on me. But certainly when I turn on the TV today and see all the craziness that's kind of going on, you know, with, the world needs Rotary now more than ever before. And you know, you think about our history, and even going back to the formation of the United Nations and how we were able to bring the world together. So you know, we did it once, you know, we can do it again. So again, I thank you for your time.
All right, so if you I had like my system on. Kind of on the rise a little bit. Oh. We'll take a picture on it later. We'll go ahead and finish. I got you covered.
Not a problem.
I got you covered. We'll wait, Andrew.
I just took an extra.
Okay, that also, Crystal, you missed out on your 1 year anniversary, so you can go.
Thank you.
Last month. Anybody tell me?
I had done something to my knee, but at least I can walk.
Well, no, we're glad you're feeling better.
Yes.
Awesome. And another question I got for the group, and I'm going to close this up. But who else has been a new member this month? We're in September now. Who else became a member this month? Can anybody tell?
Madison became a member this month, right?
She became a member last month.
Not well.
Okay.
On September 1st. Yes.
September 1st, today. Think about what.
Oh, you mean?
Well, you, of course, yes.
You mean like in previous years?
In previous years,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
How could people remember that?
Well, I want to tell you, it actually was me. My actual dates, because I came and I talked about the Toastmasters Rotary Alliance in August. I became a member shortly. Actually, after I finished speaking, I actually submitted my application. Remember that, Bruce?
Yes, I do so.
Because I didn't want to speak about something, I wanted to be about it too. So actually, but the day I became a Rotarian was actually the same day my youngest son was born. Actually, my youngest child was born. So, fun fact, you didn't know.
No, all right.
All right. $50. Lower $50. Andrew. grab the Happy Dollar jar if you can. It's in the back. It's in the closet. If you want to go ahead and participate, Happy Dollars provides an opportunity for us to share about all the great things that's going on in our life. If you want to donate $1 or even more than that, it's greatly appreciated. For our Rotarians that are currently donating, or anybody who donates, we're actually focusing on building funds for the In Polio Now fund through the Rotary Foundation. So any funds that you provide will be able to help with that. And then once we meet our goal, we will still collect that money for other community-based projects. So I want to ask, who is willing to share what they're happy about?
Well, I'll start out by saying I'm happy that Lance came all the way from Bloomington today to tell us about what's going on with Rotary all over the world.
So I'll submit a couple of happy bucks. Great to be back in Evansville. I actually got my career started in Evansville when I started at banking right out of college. So I lived down near off the Green River Road. So it's been good to do that and see all the changes. The skyline has changed quite a bit since
I've been in Rotary for over 30 years, and boy, have I seen changes in our club. Oh my gosh. We've had hundreds come in and out, over the years. And there's still a few of us left.
Yeah, started in, that's right.
That's the jar. Are you in?
I'm just happy to be here. If you can get up, put your feet on the floor, it's going to be a good day. Because, like I said, you just don't know what today is going to give you. So I'll just put in this, and then I'll have credit for the next couple weeks or so.
Well, I'm happy that we had a great visit with our district governor and welcome a new member to the club. And have a guest back here, so things are looking up.
Hey, can you do me a quick favor? I know we probably didn't put our own envelopes out, so if you could put your donation amount, that way we'll put it in the system for everybody to know what the amounts are, so you get your points.
I have change, is that okay?
Yeah.
It's a dollar change.
We'll take anything.
Okay. It's $1, but I don't have any bills on me, so.
Hey, I can support
Swap,
you too.
okay.
I'll do it on your behalf. I'll donate $5 for you.
Oh, thank you, Jazz. Do you want me to put this in here, or you guys? Okay.
Do it next time.
Okay, I'll just hold it. So I'm so thankful to be here today. Thank you all for having me to be able to join this great organization. I'm grateful for a new role in the nonprofit sector to continue helping at-risk young people, and I'm just thankful for another day, and I really appreciate all of your support to continue to grow and do more for our community.
I'm gonna put a great big fat $5 bill in. I never do this, but anyway, I just wanted to say how happy I am. And my thank you, my statement is just the people in this room, Ken, Crystal, Bruce, David, even Chaz. You guys have been friends. And it's not, I don't just feel like I'm coming to some group of people that don't care that I exist, or, I come here and we're able to get some things done, but, people come to get things done, but they really stay because they got friendship. And I really feel that with the people, and I just appreciate the warmth and genuine friendship that I come through. And so I just want to say how appreciative David Myers, you guys are just a fun group. I appreciate it.
Well, we didn't introduce our guest.
Right.
And so, would you introduce yourself?
Jason Salstrom. I've been a resident of Evansville since 2001, spring 2001. I work for the Purdue University, or technically the Purdue Research Foundation, doing economic development. So for the past 10 years, I woke up every day trying to figure out how to make, my personal mission statement is making Indiana more a place where the next generation of my family of Hoosiers will be more prosperous.
Great. Well, welcome.
What are you happy about?
I'm happy to learn more about the Rotary Club.
Fantastic. And I am happy to be able to share this journey of life with all of you. It is important that within our life that we take those moments to where we're able to celebrate, connect, and make those memories for the future.
What are we going to do next week about the park cleanup.
I want to send an email out over the weekend as far as I think we got to talk about what we needed, what we may need, who's gonna bring what, so I will send an email out
Okay.
as far as what items we may need for the cleanup and who's gonna get what. Cause I know I was gonna bring my lawnmower, my weed eater, so, and my leaf blower, so. All right, we'll go ahead and close it up. As you know, we meet here every other Thursday, and we want to thank Venue 812 Events and Celebrations for allowing us to, actually use this beautiful space. So if you have not liked their Facebook page, please do. They would greatly appreciate it. And I think that concludes our meeting. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the gavel, and we're done.
Really bad.
Okay, so